Yo, yo. Okay, YouTube. Back again. You know what it is. Got a couple topics to touch. Hold on. Okay. First one. Let's see which one I'm gonna do first. I guess we can talk about the. I'm gonna talk about the gazing, staring off into space, as they like to call it. And first thing I want to say about that is that a lot of people, whether you want to believe it or not, they worked on. Oh, hold on, let me fix the volume. They worked on making a lot of things that are spiritual and basically proving that magic is actually the only thing that's real. If you notice, the world that we live in now, or we appear to live in, is basically it's heavy and thick, and magic doesn't exist. The only thing close to magic is the shit that's not magic, which is the tricks. A magic trick. There's magic, and then there's a magic trick. Okay. For example, people with no one believes in magic, right? You gotta understand how this shit is. First, let me say this, and then I'm gonna finish that off. My bad, I'm jumbling this. The gazing. There's nothing wrong with gazing. When you gaze, matter of fact, get into that. Start getting addicted to it, because when you gaze, you actually are freeing your brain of a lot of freaking pressure, and this information brings a lot of pressure on your brain. So you want to relieve that shit, and then bring in other shit. And sometimes you have to bring in something new to let it out, because when you rise your energy to a certain level, you basically want to stay there. So you don't get rid of certain things until something else comes in, because you want to keep it at, the full capacity. It's the same way why big people have a hard time losing weight, is because they never actually let their stomach get smaller. But with this type of situation, you want it. You want to keep your capacity at its highest level of capacitation, I guess. You want it to be filled up to the highest point that it can be filled up to. Now, back to what I was saying about this whole magic thing. When you see, it's like the example of this whole God, religious type thing. You'll have one person who says, well, there is no God, and there's this Illuminati people controlling the world, and we as a humanity need to get together and recognize that these people are evil and blah blah blah. But see, you just went from there is no God and the religion shit is a lie and it was all a big bang, but then you go into that these people were evil. See, you can't play games like that, because that's how you end up fucking brain dead. And then people like, oh no, the Illuminati's coming after me. All you did was switch from having the option of choosing good and evil to killing everything that's good, and then only accepting that the evil has power. You dig it? And that's kind of what Polite was saying to Sarah Suit Seti, when he was like, the devil, you giving the other person the power. I understand what he's saying, but we as black people, it doesn't matter who the fuck we say is the devil or who we say is God. It's irrelevant, because we're beyond both of those things until we recognize that that is something old that we did thousands of years ago, maybe millions. We're never going to be able to move forward into something else. It's easy to get money. It's easy to point out oppressors and slave masters or evil doers, and you play the hero. It's easy to do all of that stuff. That shit is simple. That's part of the game. That's how it goes. This is the platform, the two-sided platform of duality. It's always this, and then there's the opposite of that. There's always this, and there's the opposite of that. It's just teaching you how to use your energy and how to keep it in motion. Because you stop, actually, when you become a Christian, you stop using your motion. When you stop, oh man, I can't curse no more. Oh man, I can't say nigga. I can't say this. That's another thing with Professor Larry or Brother Larry, whatever he calls himself, and not disagreeing with him or anything. I don't have no problem with nobody's knowledge, but you gotta learn when you're crippling yourself. That's like saying, when you say, well, we can't say the word nigga. Well, if we can't say the word nigga, then what else can he say we can't say? It doesn't matter what they say that the word is used for. It's irrelevant. It's no difference than you calling someone ignorant. So now the person can say that you can't say nigga because nigga means ignorant. So who is really playing? So you can say he's not the devil, then you can say he is the devil. Then you can say, but you also calling him God in the same sentence because he's creating what the definition of your word is. You get what I'm saying? It means what you want it to mean. But see, people don't understand that practice when they getting into all of that shit, when they want to be a true brother, a true Hebrew, a true ancient return being, a true conscious person, a true God, a true creator, a true chosen person, whatever you want to call yourself, the true Neo, the true melanated being. All of this stuff, you got to learn that you're conducting your energy. You're conducting this shit. This shit is all off you. What are you saying that it is? Stop saying the dude said that we got to do this and that, and then we got to fill out this paper for that, and we got to attack him with his weapons. All of these guys have real good knowledge, and they got a nice head on their shoulder, and they heading in a they're pointing towards a good direction. But you got to learn that you actually are the one who is setting this off. So whatever you can go into somebody else's house and use their tools, or you could bring your own tools into their house and disrupt their whole area. You get what I'm saying? So most likely when you use his tools, he's gonna know what you're using, because those are the ones he was using. Even though they were created off of you, he's still using them. Let him have those and make some more tools that's more powerful. Take and change his environment. See, now the nigga thing. If somebody says nigga, right, in this guy's house, you gotta use your imagination. In his house, he's saying nigga. Yes, it degrades you. Yes, it fucks up your head. And yes, black people use this shit for the wrong ways. They don't say, yo, this my nigga, and this nigga, they don't refer to it in general. They refer to it in criminal. They're criminalizing themselves. So I feel that got that check. Cool, 100%. But when it's a point where you're going into somebody else's territory, when you're in somebody else's territory, there's no more psychological games. Yes, these people who are being called that are getting hear it, and it triggers something negative or positive, but it's positive for the person that triggers it. So you know what I'm saying? So what is your positive going towards their negative? You see, this is where the energy, the people are forgetting that the important thing is energy. When you're in this person's house, you change the things. You can change it with the telekinetic power. If you say nigga means something else, you can make it mean something else. So why give it up and then leave him with the weapon? You can cripple him with the weapon and make a new one. Take it all. Be greedy. If if you the one saying that, this happened to our people and blah, 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 all the way down the line. Yes, we got that, but use every tool that you can. You can't leave out magic. You can't leave that shit out, because like the people who saying that the religious shit is bullshit and they're just using it for their advantage. Okay, if you're willing to admit that and willing to admit that there's power in words, you're willing to admit there's power in what you don't see, then how come you don't apply that to yourself? You only give it to him. So at the end of the day, you're still giving him power. If you say, well, we can't say nigga, we can't say shit, we need to get our vocabulary. We can say whatever the hell we want. You can't be God and then don't do what you want. You can't be a creator and don't create anything. You can't pick up other people's shit. This is how the androids claim that they're creating stuff. They pick up something and they polish it. They backwards engineer it, then add a piece of poison to it and then give it to you so it can break and you can come get some more, so you can get poisoned by it and you come get a side effect for that. Or you can learn backwards so that they can be the ones that look like they're smarter than you when you were smarter than them when you were born. See what I'm saying? My son knows that the world isn't flat, but this motherfucker was a grown ass man and knew that and thought the world was flat. Then check this out. This is to show you people how you can, you got to stop being specific. You have to leave humanity alone. That good and evil shit and that up and down shit has to be torn apart, because you have to learn how to use the left, right, up, down, good and evil, negative, positive, God and devil forces. You have to learn how to use both sides. These are the two pillars, the two extremes. To hold the foundation up, you got to learn how to use them. If you don't learn how to use them, you're going to be lost in between. You're going to be the person looking at the structure like, oh, wow, that's great. And you're going to be on a long journey in your life as an Egyptologist, a biblical researcher, a Buddha practicer, joining different tribes, and you're never going to understand the truth that it was all in you. It's all in you. You're never going to find it. How you going to find yourself if you're already there? That's why it's the never-ending journey. So you can keep on passing that down and down and down and down to all of your kids and have them running around in circles, or you can just get to the point and show them what it is, and then pass them down and let them know, pass it down to them and let them know who they are. So where was I going? Yeah, once you learn how to use these forces, you know, and you get out of the misinterpretations of these definitions, you'll learn like this shit it has to be magic. That's all it is. It's magic. All right. So on one end, somebody else is doing something to you, whether it's the Illuminati, secret society, the government, the British Empire, or whatever, the Queen of England owns us and all that shit, and they took all the gold in 1933 and now we're all slaves. Okay, fine, everything is recognized, that's cool, but why is it that people jump out the equation and they act like there is no specific to it anymore? They just jump out and go, well, yeah, that's what they doing, but it doesn't exist for anybody else. Who the fuck are these people that they just grab? If they're using your energy against you, how the hell is it that you can't use your own energy for your damn self? Wake up. They're using your energy for you. So how do you win? You use your energy for you. Simple and plain. That's how that shit goes. Next thing I want to talk about is how right now things appear to be going slow. It seems like it's going slow, but it's going fast, very, very fast. You can't catch it because you're not paying attention to it. I don't know if some of you, but a lot of people are telling me about the stuff like this dizzy type of thing is going on, like where your view, what you're viewing is like kind of leaning, trying to run away. It looks like it's kind of like moving to the side, and you got to keep like shaking your head or trying to adjust to the view in front of your face, and like the reality in front of you is like sliding away. Like it seems like you're dizzy, but you're not dizzy, and you don't have a headache. And like the eye burning thing on your right side of your eye, that shit's happening to a lot of people. I hear a lot of people talking about that, and it happened to me too a couple times. But see, that's why I say you got to learn how to gaze. You're supposed to gaze. You're supposed to let your reality shift, because there's multiple. You have like infinite realities in your face, in the one you're in. That's why you can make a decision and immediately change what you're doing during that day. If you didn't make a certain decision, some things wouldn't happen during that day, and you travel through them. You got to learn how to use your imagination to see every freaking possibility. It's like playing chess. It's like playing basketball. It's like drawing. It's like writing a song. It's like making music. It's like having a battle rap. It's like building a freaking structure from, not building the structure, but drawing a blueprint to the structure. It's like swimming. You got to learn how to use that. You got to use your imagination before you do anything. It's how people learn how to walk. It's how people learn how to talk. It's how you learn how to interpret dreams. All of that shit is lying within you using your imagination. So keep that shit applied. Now, the reason for this stuff, all these different things that are happening, the swelling of the brain, the capacity rising, is because it's all happening to the earth too. It's also happening to the earth. And you got, in turn, when people don't do this, you have these people who are doing, like the dude, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but you got the people who were shooting up shit. They shooting up schools. Kids shooting people on the school bus now. They shooting them in schools too. They shooting them in stores. They just shoot them in parking lots. Just shooting up concerts. That people are everywhere. There's been hundreds of different scenarios this past year and a half. They just keep on doing it over and over and over. Stars, basketball players, football players, singers, rappers, they all self-destructing. You got to pay attention to it. You got to get out of the glamour and start focusing on the world behind the illusion. Because the illusion is breaking down in your head. You see, oh man, somebody just killed themselves. Oh man, they just shot up a whole movie theater. Oh man, they just shot up a whole parking lot. Oh man, they killed their whole family and then killed themselves. You're not paying attention to it. The illusion is breaking down. You can't look at that. Look at the energy. The energy is getting released, and the people who are not using it, it doesn't even want to be in them no more. It doesn't even want to be there. It has to find some way to get the hell out, because it is trapped inside of these programs. As you awaken, you got to recognize. See, a lot of people get into this and they go, they get into it and then they wait for some shit to happen. But then when it happens, you can't recognize it because you've been so fixed on thinking that it's going to happen the way it happens in the TV shows and the movies. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to happen weird, because the truth is weird. You got to remember, when you first got into this shit, it was weird. So it's going to continue to be weird. It ain't gonna just all of a sudden just start going the way it goes in the fairy tales. This isn't Disney Channel. it's going to continue to be weird. The truth was weird, so everything else after that is going to be weird until you're used to it, and then you can see this all the time. Then it won't be weird to you. It'll just be like, oh, okay, this is what it is. And then you're going to snap into the real reality of things, which is it's not the physical. The physical obviously has no power. If the physical had power, you would be moving your spirit with your physical, but your spirit moves your physical. So there you go. Back to the blocks. How the fuck do you lift up 300 tons or 900 tons? That's how the spirit can move the physical. Your body shows you that every fucking time. The proof is always back in self. You can't lie to yourself. It's not going to work. You can make somebody believe something else, but that's part of the illusion. You can't lie to yourself though. That's why when you practice the knowledge of self, you find truth. A lot of people think like, oh man, this dude is intelligent, he's smart as shit, and even I think it sometimes. I'm like, damn man, I am fucking smart. God damn, I'm super fucking smart. And then you forget. But then I always remember, I'm like, yeah. All it is simple shit. I'm not smart. I'm not some super fucking intelligent person. Intelligence is an illusion. All it is just certain data. All it is data. It's what you do with the data. You see what I'm saying? You just apply it to truth. So I can't say that I'm the smartest person in the goddamn world just because I'm figuring out some astronomical shit. It's because I'm not even really figuring it out. I'm just applying it to the truth. I'm playing match. I'm playing goldfish in my head. That's all I'm doing. But I don't let the ego get in my way. Because the ego wants to be smart. The ego wants to take it and suck it up and take all the credit. That's why sometimes it'll seem like, oh, damn, I'm smart, or this motherfucker's smart, or I want to be smart like him. But all you do is you just apply it to the truth. That's it. Let other motherfuckers play that smart role. They can be smart as they want to, because I learned when you play smart and shit, you actually don't get to know everything. All other information is available to you. It's just how much you're going to suck up. You can't get it all, but how much are you going to suck up while you're here? You know what I'm saying? Some things don't make sense at certain points, but then later you can catch them, and then the person who asked you, you'll think like, damn, I wish I would have knew that then when this person asked me, but you wasn't going to know it then because they weren't even supposed to have it. Maybe you were the one who were going to be responsible with it. So smarts isn't necessarily your choice. It's about who can be responsible with certain types of information, you know. So that's all it is. And it's response able. Some people will take it and let the ego eat it like it's food or some shit, and you know it's not even for the ego. So you got to be response able. You can't just take it and contain it and hide it inside of a museum somewhere in your basement and, you know, use it for you and your buddies to look at and say we're going to do this to the world. That's not how that shit works. The truth is the goddamn truth, and it will always be the truth. The lies are just in the way. That's all. They're in the way, dancing around like illusions. So yeah, this thing is a self-destruct mechanism, and the children of the sun get to activate it automatically. But most of us know that we can activate it, and other people, they don't know that they're doing it. So they are walking around looking at the world like, oh my God, it's getting fucked up. This is crazy. The Illuminati is fucking up everything, and the devil is a liar, and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. You make up whatever the hell you want. The aliens are possessing them and demons and all that shit. You know, they get lost, but they don't know that they're just talking about themselves. They don't know that they're the ones behind it. That's why all these people who do that fear shit, they always have a hero. Like somebody's on our side. Somebody's on my side. That's you, nigga. It's you. You on your side, nigga. That's you. That's your power. That's your shit. Recognize your power and be who the fuck you are. You gotta know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you ain't gonna know anything that's going on right now. You're just gonna get lost in the sauce, and you're gonna try to be a hero, and you're gonna lose. You are the hero, but you didn't rescue yourself. How you gonna rescue somebody else? You didn't rescue yourself. The true hero leads the way. The true hero doesn't go and try to take somebody out of some shit, because in this reality that we're in, not the physical, but the reality of our spirits, all you have to do is walk away. Your body can't do something that you don't want it to do. You just stop. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to make it. You don't have to end up in the prison. You just stop. You don't have to end up standing on a damn podium talking about something. I have a dream. You can walk the fuck away. All you do is be the example. Fuck having a dream. Walk away. That's why he said. That's why Martin Luther King said, I feel like I'm walking these people into a burning building. And he knew what the fuck he was doing. But what he was supposed to do is lead by example. Just walk away. He was going to kill you anyway. He was already going to rape the women. He was already going to hose you down. He's going to send dogs at you. Keep walking away from this motherfucker. That's it. The motherfuckers who's going to fight are the people who's going to fight. The people who are going to walk away, the people who's going to walk away. But no surrendering is going to be allowed. It can't be allowed. Especially now that we have this type of power. All this energy has been getting compressed and it's condensed and fermented over all these years. These ancestors are really, really powered up and they're in you. You can use them. You let the government and everybody else, all your evil enemies use them. You know, whoever the hell your villain is in your head. You let them use them. They're only using it to your power. If you take all of that energy back, they're going to be butt naked on the ground begging, please, please, let me get a little piece. They're going to look like skeletons to you because that's all they are anyway. You got to start seeing with your spirit and start seeing with your flesh. If you keep on seeing with your flesh, you're going to think everyone's equal to you. You wouldn't even see an animal. You wouldn't know an animal if it was right in your goddamn face. You couldn't notice an animal. You'll think it's just like you. We're all the same and we're all equal, and we're clearly not. Clearly not. There's nothing the same about anybody. Point blank. Not even black people themselves. We're not the same. So that's that. Self-destruct mode is you know, it's in simulation now. It's in play. It has been, you know, activated. The other one was this voodoo shit. Okay? This voodoo, this witchcraft, this ritual stuff. Black people especially. White people, you know, y'all motherfuckers already know the deal. So if you looking at my goddamn video, I don't know why the fuck you would even be looking at the shit. You just very greedy, trying to come over here and suck up some more energy. But come on, black people, you gotta really understand this shit. How is it a coincidence that the same people who don't want to do the shit, who they say that it's voodoo, they say it's evil, they say it's the devil and it's devil worship and you worshiping shit and all of this stuff, and it's something bad's going to happen to you because you make exchanges with your spirit and all of that shit. You use your spirit to do it. Of course, it's an exchange. The fuck do you mean? So, but they act like there's this big monster sitting there like, if you cut a deal with me, then da 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 da. But you cut a deal, you sign a piece of paper. Yeah, you see, you're saying you can't make a symbol on a piece of paper. You got to understand how traumatized these people are, because they're gonna try to come and scare you, because they do not want you to use your power. They scared as shit. Trust me, they're the same house nigga who's like, no, don't use your power because Master's gonna try to come after us. Just don't let him know you got it and you figured out how to use it and all that shit. They keep the shit a secret. Just we gotta do. Nah, fuck all that. I'm not with all that shit. Cause look, the same person who would say, oh, that's just voodoo, that's evil, that's the devil, that is selling your soul, that is doing witchcraft and rituals and all that stuff that's against God, and that's the Illuminati, and that's the fucking government, and you know, Pleiadians, whatever, Draco, whatever the fuck they want to apply it to, you know, sum it all up, figure it out. There are different names for these different things, but the point is here, you would turn around and not make a shape. I mean, you would sit there and not create a shape on a piece of paper. You won't sign the bottom of it. You won't hang it on your wall, put it in a frame. You won't put it under your mattress. You won't put it in your wallet. You won't put it up in your closet under your books. You won't put it in your drawer and, you know, do a ritual with it. You won't do none of that. But you will write void on a check. You'll sign your name on a check. You'll sign up for a bank account. You'll sign up and put your signature on different pieces of paper that he creates. You will only do his ritual. So you can't sit there and say that you won't do this stuff because it's the devil. Why are you doing it then? You still doing it. The only thing that we telling you is to do it for yourself. You see what I'm saying? And it's trauma. Traumatizing. You are traumatized because you sit there and you all scared of it. You thinking, and don't think I'm perfect because I did it too. I was sitting there thinking about all the shit my mother told me. Oh man, this is, damn man, am I getting tricked? Damn, the devil got me and all this shit. And then you got to snap out of it. It ain't no damn devil got you, because you would figure out you would fill out a application, but you won't create your own application. You'll follow laws, but you won't create your own laws. These aren't the laws of any fucking dude with a white beard hanging in space saying, hey, thou shalt not kill, but everybody's killing. Thou shalt not steal, and everybody's stealing. Thou shalt not commit adultery, and everybody's committing adultery. Except for your ass, because you're trying to follow all of the goddamn rules. Ain't no damn rules. Point blank, if there was any rules, everyone would be stopped. How come it's only happening coincidentally, after the 2000s, all the black people start realizing, oh, we're the gods, we're the ancient people. That is not their stuff, that's our stuff. We did that. And they start going around the world, visiting stuff, looking at stuff, reading certain books, internet coming out, people passing around information, emails, YouTube, Google, MySpace, Facebook, and stuff. And now all of a sudden, the world is breaking the fuck down. Cool. That's just a coincidence, huh? It's just a coincidence that the sun is up there burning the shit out of who? Oh, because it ain't black people. We all fucking colors of the spectrum. The only thing we do is change colors like fucking reptiles. So who's really the reptile here? You see what I'm saying? It's not the people you think is evil are not even evil. The people you think are the good ones are not even the good ones. It's just the people who are using that specific energy at that specific time. That's what they're doing. Some people will be smiling in your face. You could do something that will smack the shit out of you. The day when they were smiling in your face, they could have been laughing at somebody. Was the person that they were laughing at smiling? No. So which is the negative and the positive? It's negative to the person who's looking at the person laughing at them. But it's positive for the person who's having a good time laughing. See? So you got to pay attention to that shit. It's not negative to the person in the positive position. You got to change your position. So when you hear people saying, well, that's the world's fucked up because this is going on, that's going on. But people don't understand how events unfold. Things unfold. They unfold. Yes, it's a negative and a positive situation. That's a given. But then it's also a positive and a negative, and a negative and a positive, and a positive and a negative. And you are slowing down. That's why you're creating time for yourself. Time isn't created to speed up. And now people be telling, oh, time flies, or time is speeding up. It's not. Time was never there. There was no time. You are occupied doing a bunch of shit, and then that's why you think time exists. But notice, when you're doing whatever you want to do, there is no time. It's just 5 minutes, but you was at a party for 3 hours. How the fuck does that work? You just walked in the door and you walking out the door. How the hell does that happen? It's because you are not in time. You are doing so many things that you didn't make enough room for yourself. And by the time you make some room for yourself, then you can start seeing that damn time travel. Because you're moving through it. You create it and you're moving through it. It's not something that is there. It's not something that's not controlled. Trust and believe it is controlled. I told y'all, nobody landed here at 1 o'clock. Somebody decided that it was 1 o'clock, and then there is a 2 o'clock with paces and motions and moments and stuff, and then that start going in there where you ignore the whole concept, the whole download of time. It doesn't exist no more. You don't even know what the hell day it is, and you don't give a shit what day it is. It could be, think about it. Let's say it's Monday. And you don't look at the shit, you don't care, you're away from people and you just on your own land or whatever, doing what you do around people who are just like you, and y'all ain't even fucking with time. Nobody gives a shit about time. Ain't no dates, ain't no work to go to. Your work is in your goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no meetings to go to. You already met up with yourself. You already met up in the physical body. Why you gotta meet up with other motherfucking physical corporations? That's a body. Industries, that's a body. Churches, that's a body. Congregation is a body. The saints. You know what I'm saying? Your army men, that's a body. The government meetings, that's a body. But you said, fuck your body. Your body somehow is irrelevant in this situation. But yet they need your vote. You got to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? But time, let's say it is on a Monday, and then the Monday comes again twice. Which Monday, how would you know which Monday is it? Is it the third Monday? Eventually, your feel for time will fade away. Because your first Monday, you can hit the second Monday if you look at it like, oh shit, it's still Monday. No, you gonna know, okay, this is a different Monday. But then after it happens so many times and you only caught it on the Mondays, you ain't gonna know if it was the 6th, 7th, 8th Monday. Then you ain't gonna know what month it is. Then you ain't gonna give a shit about what month it is. The only thing you gonna have is this season. That's it. The only thing you gonna be able to clock is change. That's it. It's just change. And you matching up with that, you back to the internal clock with all of this 12-month thing. Then you'll only have 4 different sections. First you got 12 sections, then you got 4 sections, and then eventually you're going to get back to the 1. You're going to start emitting the time instead of being inside of it, letting the clock run your ass wild. You'll change the battery on the clock just so it can drive your ass crazy. You'll go back and suck this motherfucker's ass or suck their pussy or they dick just so they can drive you crazy. Driving you fucking nuts. I don't play that shit. I don't like that shit when people talk about this shit is voodoo and all this stuff. And trying to scare the hell out of people. I didn't like that shit. And I still don't like it because it doesn't make sense that somebody would sit there and struggle. They'd be fucking homeless, living in a goddamn car, living in somebody's basement, living in somebody's shack, creeping around and sneaking in and out of somebody's goddamn house, creeping in somebody's apartment or somebody's townhouse, or sneaking on somebody's lease, or just bouncing from house to house. All of that shit going on. Why is it that you would say something could fuck your life up and it'll curse you if you're living something worse than a cursed life? Come on. Come on. We was raised with the gunshots. We was raised with the drugs. We was raised with the rape. We was raised with the slavery. We was raised with all of the racism. We was raised with all of the religions. We was raised with all of this shit. So how can you say that if you do something and get yourself out of some shit, it's going to get worse for you when it's been worse than worse is worse to worse? It's worse than ever. There's nowhere else to go but up. You can't fall down on the ground like, oh man, I'm going to fall under the ground. You already hit the bottom. You gotta get the fuck up. You gotta grab branches, trees, leaves, roll over, crawl under, jump up, roll, do forward roll, backflip, cartwheel, climb up the vine, duck down, get behind a bush, put on a camouflage, get the fuck out. Why is it not your goal to get the hell out? But it's all black people's goal to sit down and say, man, we slaves. They beat the shit out of us. They took all our shit. Let them have it. What are we going to do now? If we already did that, they took that, we probably really didn't want it because we could have fucked them up. So the point is not to try to, we got to take our shit back. He can have it. This is a huge ass world. Why do people think that it has boundaries? There is no boundaries. We're just not creating anything else new. You can say that the world is being controlled by all of these different powers and the powers that be and shit. Well, if they talk about chains, cars, clothes, and drugs, then that's what the hell is the world's running off of now. So what if we talked about hope, faith, freedom, and justice? Hope, faith, freedom, justice. Hope, faith, freedom, justice. Hope, faith, freedom, and justice, and keep on beating that into the head. Then we're going to get some hope, some faith, some freedom, and some goddamn justice. Oh no, but you can't do that because they control it. You're not allowed to talk. Get the fuck out of here with the shit. They're using your energy to do it. Think about it. Think about it. If there was only these so-called evil villains living here, right? Pay attention to game. This game is a fucked up game, and it's not fucked up because it's like ruined and bad or it's a negative type thing. It's fucked up because it's actually funny. It's fucked up that people can't catch this. If they were the only ones who was existing here, because that's the goal, right? Ultimately, at the end of all of these people's scary ass villainated stories, oh, they're trying to depopulate the people, so it's just them and their powers that be and all this shit. Oh yeah, really? Well, how the hell would they have everything that they want without your energy? See, that's the part you fucked up on. If they're using you to control the world, if they remove you, they can't control the goddamn world. They would have to turn on each other. It's no different from 20 soldiers stranded in the freaking Vietnamese jungle. They start turning on each other. Come on now. They start turning. Because there's nothing, you can't get rid of that key. That is the control to it. They're using you to create things. Okay, so then if you're gone and they depopulate everybody and just have only the powers that be here, then who do you think they're going to control? It's always going to be another step on the ladder. Somebody has to be under somebody. This is the way it goes. What we need to do is recognize our position and turn our goddamn position into the top by creating the foundation under us. That's what we do, because we floating in the air. We just floating lost souls and people just snatching us out the goddamn air. So we need to make a foundation going down under us. Put something under our feet. We already up. It's not that you didn't know how to it's not that you need to learn how to fly. It's that you already flew and you learned how to walk. See? You was already flying. Now you want to know how to walk. That's why in your dreams you can't walk for shit. So if that's the real you over there, that spirit form, then what do you think? You wanted to walk. You wanted to, I put your feet on solid ground. You know what it says in a religious book? What do you think it's talking about? I put your feet on solid ground. It's talking to the ego. It's talking to the body. This is where you would be at. These things are according to the thoughts of man. But you still are a part of that source. It's making you remember who you are. Your ego is your slave. Your body is your slave. That's the real slave. But they have turned it into they knew that it was a control system with it, so they decided to just control everybody's brain. It's mass alchemy. Because the ego is the same. All you got to do is find something relative to the ego. You got to find something relative to the ego. Just like Jewel Pookrum said, it's not electromagnetic, it's magnetic electro. It's different. They got you thinking it's electricity somehow. No, it's not. It doesn't work that way for them. It's magnetic first. It's the magnetic energy. Relativity. That's the first one. Things that are relative end up together somehow, and it's not a coincidence. Don't believe that coincidence. Remember, there's two different coincidences. There's the real definition of coincidence, which means it wasn't an accident, and everything else in the definition is true. Things that were planned, but the other coincidence that this freaking caveman created, he's trying to say that things appear to be planned out, but they're just similar, and it's just a freak accident. Fuck out of here with that shit. Everything, a black person is a coincidence then. Huh? See? A black person must be a walking coincidence. You're just a walking fucking coincidence. Because, I mean, what the fuck? Everything's that's a coincidence. Oh, that's ironic. Everything in our goddamn life is a fucking coincidence. So we gotta get out of here with that shit. That shit ain't cool. But that's what it is, people. Eat that up. Keep your head screwed on tight. Stay strong, man. Because this shit is that people gonna bombard you, and at certain points, you can either lose all your chips or you could double up on everything you had. You know what I'm saying? You could double up. So don't lose this shit, because they will snatch your energy and they will take it and they will keep it. We already got Allah taking energy of our people. We already got Jesus taking energy of our people. We already got the president taking the energy of our people. All of the senators and everybody under him, different ambassadors, different kings and queens around the world. We already got the money taking it. We already got these different schools taking it. So all of these things are just storage places for our energy. And when the time comes, we're going to have to battle these motherfuckers that they're using the energy to create. We're going to have to battle them. Because they're not going to be created physically. They're going to be created in your spirit. That's why it keeps bombarding you. I'm the devil. I'm Jesus. I am, bro. And all this shit. It's going to keep on fucking with you with different combinations of thoughts, because that's a lot of energy. Motherfuckers going to be in church on Sunday raising that energy up. And you got to either consume it, or you got to either absorb it, learn how to open your portal up as they opened it up. Because all they did was open a portal for a certain type of deity. That's it. They just created an image and they let the energy go into it. It's no difference than you looking at a damn picture, staring at it and staring at it, staring at it. Then you know how to draw it, and then your son has a memory from it when he's born, and then he sees the picture like, oh, that's that picture I was thinking of. It's the same thing. Imagery. You know? So enlighten yourself. You dig? Get to creating. Stay confident. Stay up. When you wake up, smile. When you drink water, say it tastes so good. When you eat your veggies, it tastes so good. Make them taste so good. You know what I'm saying? You know how you eat that damn burger, and the next thing you know, you're looking at a burger commercial. You feeding that illusion. Feed the reality. Feed it. Start controlling the weather. Start tapping in the shit. The shit is on. It's on. I done tested everything. It all works. All you need is more energy. You build up your energy, and then you burst that shit and put it into something that you want. Use it. It can happen. If you keep doubting yourself, then it doesn't work. If you keep on trying to manifest stupid shit like, oh man, I'm gonna manifest a blanket, I'm gonna manifest some shoes. That shit is simple. It's already there. Get to working on something that you really need, something that could change your whole life, something that could change the world, and you could feel that power. Like, oh man, they don't even know who did that shit, but I know I did it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about proving to anybody what you did, because you're the one who did it. When the event occurs, it's already after you did it. You're the only one who's supposed to know that you did it. No one is supposed to believe you. So don't turn this into some type of competitive thing where you want to show somebody you're more powerful than them. Fuck that. It's always good to keep this power sacred anyway. It's not logical. It's not supposed to be logical. You know what I'm saying? It's logical in a spiritual sense to whatever the spiritual is logical about, but it's not logical to this type of realm. They're never going to be. You can't even go to prison for certain things that you can do with this type of power. There's nothing you can do. No one can prove it. It's impossible to improve, because this is an impossible place. Impossible things happen. You know? So, do your thing. Peace. Stay up. Push hard. You push hard, push harder. Push this motherfucker. Look at this world like it ain't shit. It ain't nothing. It's small. Let it be trash. Stop holding on to shit so much. If anything, get new shit. Start throwing a bunch of shit away and get new shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing the things that you think you want to do and do something else. If you already inside of a physical world with things that are mundane, start doing exactly what you want to do then. Because they're already here. You don't want to ride around on the damn ride and get flung around in the goddamn air. That's some shit you looking at on a commercial. You know what I'm saying? Actually go somewhere you want to go. Go fucking sightseeing or something and see something. Go fiddle around with some damn herbs, some plants or something. Go to a museum and look at something. Activate some imagery in your head. Go somewhere you really, really, really want to go spiritually. Stop doing the stupid shit that the ego is telling you that you want to do to fit into the damn picture. And then you, when you get in the picture, you wonder why the fuck you in it. Damn, man, I don't like this life. Nigga, you never did like the shit. I don't know why the hell you in it. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all know what it is.